let's say you've won this amount of money here, okay, and you're going to give 2% to charity, 8% to your mum, 7% to your dad, 3% to your best friend. So what's happening here is this. Draw a diagram here. Hang on. Draw our diagram here. So this is 0, 1. 1 represents a whole amount. Your whole amount is £976. Okay. You're giving 2%. Oh, let's put the 50% here. Okay, you're giving 2% away to charity. So there's a tiny bit there going to charity. Okay, 8% going to your mum. 7% going to your dad, and 3% going to charity, going to your best friend. Okay, and the rest is left for you. So if you want to know how much goes to charity, which is 2% here, okay, so this here is charity. If you want to know how much goes to charity, you would you would get 976, which is your whole amount, times by 0.02. Okay, have a quick glance. This represents the 2%, because what's happening is when you have a whole of something. So in this case, it represents your £976. You divide into 100 pieces, and then you're giving 2 pieces away to charity. So you would normally do this, but we would move this across here. So we normally perform this bit inside our heads. So this bit here is actually 0.02. Okay, and then you would times by the original. Well, anyway, if you want to know how much goes to charity, punch into your calculator 976 times 0.02. That will represent how much will go to charity. Okay, and if you want to know how much goes to mum, then punch in 976 times 0.08, and then have a quick glance at this. That this represents 8%. If you see something like this, 0.8, stick a 0 in there, and then have a quick glance at this. This would represent 80%. Okay, in this case here, it represents 8%. Okay, if you want to know, let's skip that. If you want to know how much goes to your best friend, then just do 976 times 0.03. Have a quick glance at this. This will be 3. Well, how much is left for you? Well, if you look at this, you've got your whole amount here, and then you split it into 100 pieces. And you've given this here, you've given 10% away here, and another 10% here. So what's left for you is actually 80%. So 0.80 here. So what's left for you is this bit here. So if you want to know how much money is left for you, then you can just do this: 976 times 0.80. Okay, so this here would represent how much money is left for you, taking in mind that you've just given 2% to charity, 8% to your mum, 7% to your dad, and 3% to charity. What's left for you is actually 80%, because remember, you've only got 100 pieces altogether. Okay, now, all right, given this situation here, I could say, okay, I'm going to change the question now. I don't want to know what's left for you. I'm going to change the question and say, how much money goes to family members? So family members is just these two, mum and dad. Okay, so you've got to redraw the diagram. Draw the diagram like this. Hang on, bear with me. So redraw the diagram like this. Okay, so 0 here. One whole amount is your £976. Okay, this is your whole amount. Put the 50% mark in there. Okay, so because the question is saying how much money goes to family members, you don't care about charity, you don't care about best friend and money left for yourself, because the question is saying how much money goes to family members. So here it would be that, don't forget, let's say this is dad here. Hang on, dad is your 7%, mum is your 8% here. So really, the amount going to the amount going to family members would be 0.15, because only 15% goes to family members. The rest I don't really care, because it's not in the question. The question is saying how much goes to family members. So I don't really care about charity. I don't really care about best friend, and I don't really care about you. Remember, you have 80%. That's a massive part. This is you here, and this is a tiny part going to best friend, and this one here are best, and this one here is charity. So I don't really care about charity, don't really care about best friend, and I don't really care about you, because the question is saying how much money goes to family members. So basically, I only care about mum and dad. So mum and dad really is 15%. So 0.15. That's 15%. So if the question is saying how much money goes to family members, then you would have to do this. Get the whole amount, well, 15% of the whole amount. So this would be, this would be 976 times 0.15, because we want to know 15%. So if you punch this into your calculator, this would represent this bit here. How much money how much money remains with family members, because we are changing the situation here. This is going away to charity, this is going away to best friend, and this is going away to you, in effect. What's left will be for mum and dad, and this amount here, if you punch this into your calculator, it will represent how much money remains, how much money goes to mum and dad, or remains with mum and dad. It depends on how you visualize it. Okay, and also I could change the question and say how much money goes to non-members. So non-family. So this is non-family here. This is non-family here. So actually, it's 5% remaining with non-family. So here you would draw the diagram like this. Hang on. You would draw the diagram like this. 0 down here, 0 here, one whole thing. 9. Your whole thing is this here, and put in the 50% mark. Because the question is saying how much goes to non-family members, then it's going to be it's going to be 5% left. Okay, so 5%. So this bit here will be 0.05, because if you think about it, 8%. 8% goes to mum here. 7% goes to your dad. And don't forget, you've got a massive chunk. You've got 80%. This is you, because the question has been changed, saying how much goes to non-members. I only care about non-family members. So I don't really care about your mum. Don't really care about your dad. Don't really care about you. What's left is just 5% for best friend and charity for non-family members. So if I want to know, so basically these parts will go away, and what's left is just 5%. So going to non-family members would be this. Hang on, would be your whole amount, 976 times. Well, I know this is going to be a total of 5% times 0.05. Okay, so if you punch this into your calculator, this will represent how much money will remain with non-family members. Okay, so it really depends on the question being asked. Okay.